Hey everyone, Alan here with VideoCast.com. This is the fourth episode of the reading series. Continuing with the theme of menu items, how about some dessert? Today's word is kao niao mamuang, which means mango sticky rice. As usual, we're going to start with the consonants in blue, move on to the vowels in red, and finish with the tone markers in green. In previous episodes, we already learned some of these consonants. Let's just review really quickly. The first consonant is the high class consonant that makes the K sound. The fourth consonant makes the M sound, and the last consonant makes the NG or the ng sound. Now let's take a moment to discuss the second consonant. Last time we introduced this letter as a high class letter that makes the h sound like an H. This letter in particular is special because when this letter comes before another consonant, it turns that consonant into a high-class consonant also. We'll see this in more detail in a moment. Okay, now this third consonant is a new one for us. It makes the n sound, like the letter N, and it's a low-class letter. The important thing to remember with this letter is that the curl goes on the bottom right. If you put the curl on the bottom left, then you get the M sound letter that we see next to this one. Okay, now let's add the vowels in. In our first word, we have the cane shape and a shape that looks like an ear with a loop at the bottom. This vowel makes the long ow sound. And a long vowel basically means you just hold the vowel out a little longer. Okay, so our next vowel kind of has a lot going on. It's the hockey-shaped letter to the left, the half circle with the line coming up on top, and the letter that makes the Y sound on the right. You might remember from the last episode that up to here we get the long vowel ia. Now in this vowel, we also add this symbol, which looks like an ear with a curl at the bottom. And if you add that together, you get the long vowel iao. So then how should we read this word? We have our vowel that makes the iao sound, and the low-class letter that makes the n sound, or the n sound. So that would be niao, with a neutral tone. But then what about our other consonant? Remember that earlier we said that this consonant is special, because when this letter comes before a consonant, it turns that consonant into a high class. And we know from our previous episodes that high class letters without tone markers make a rising tone. So instead of reading it niao with a neutral tone, we would read this word as niao with a rising tone. Okay, now for the next vowel. This letter looks like two curls stacked up on top of each other. And this vowel makes the a sound, but it's a short vowel, so you have to say it very short, like a. And the last vowel makes the long vowel sound ua. So with our consonants that make the M sound and the NG sound, the first part of this word would sound like ma, and then the second part of this word sounds like muang. And finally, let's see the tone markers. Let's refer to the chart we introduced in the first video. Our first word starts with a high-class consonant, and a high-class consonant combined with this tone marker produces the falling tone. So this word is pronounced kao. We learned in the second episode this word means rice. Now let's look at the next tone marker. In order to know what tone our tone marker is going to make, we have to look at the letter underneath it, and we have to find out what class that letter is. So let's have a look at our chart one more time. This letter happens to be a low-class letter, and when we combine that with this tone marker, we get a falling tone. So now we know that this word should be read ma'muang. Altogether that's kao with the falling tone, niao with the rising tone, and mamuang with the falling tone again. Congratulations, you just learned how to read the word kao niao mamuang, or mango sticky rice. Stay tuned for next time because we're going to have a special episode that's going to get more in detail about the Thai letters and consonants. Remember to check out the website at thaivideocast.com, and that's it for now. Thanks for listening.